These are interesting times we live in when major shows are canceled, when airlines are starting to cut back and pull back. We don't know what's going to happen, do we? But here's what I do know. I do know that how you react to a circumstance is more important than the circumstance. Right now, I'm reading Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. And in this book, Viktor Frankl talks about his experience in a German concentration camp and how he managed to make the experience not pleasant, but completely different than everybody else around him. And I am certainly not comparing what is happening in the economy right now to a concentration camp, but I am suggesting that your attitude in the next few months is going to have a lot to do with the success that you're going to have in the next few months. There are some things you can do and some things you can't do. Your challenge is to not worry about the things you can't control and be proactive. Be really, really in front of the things that you can control. Of course, you can control your own body and your own stress levels. I'm really encouraging you to recognize that having good, healthy habits while all of these stressful things are happening is really, really important to your success. If you meditate, don't stop. If you don't meditate, now might be a good time to start. If you exercise, don't stop, even crank it up. If you don't exercise, start to exercise now. You see, you need to be proactive about managing your stress because it is going to be stressful. It is stressful right now. So managing yourself and how you feel, keeping yourself healthy is the first step in getting through this situation as best you can. The second thing, and this is really interesting, is supply chain. The supply chain has been disrupted. You won't be able to get merchandise in the same time frames, perhaps from the same vendors that you have been able to before. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to be creative. You're going to need to be sharp. You're going to need to be nimble. When you're running out of merchandise, who are you going to call? Who are you going to talk to? Are you going to make your vendors your partner? Are you going to talk to other people in this buying group and say, do you have this? Do you have that? Sitting on your hands and hoping that things get better will not make it better. Getting on the phone and finding the best that you can find will absolutely make it better. The third thing I really want to encourage you to do is to bring your team in on this. You know, here at WhizBang Retail Training, we created a concept called ADD, the ADD method. And ADD stands for Ask, Discuss, Decide. So if you just take on all of the burden of the uncertainty yourself, it's going to be incredibly difficult. But if you allow your team, your employees to help you make it through this uncertainty, everybody's going to come out on the backside even better. So what do I mean by ADD? Ask, discuss, decide. So let's say you're having a hard time finding merchandise. So what do? You ask your team, we're having a hard time finding merchandise. What do you think we can do? That's the ask. You discuss. The discussion is usually time-bound. Hey, for the next 3 days, we're going to talk about this. And then you as the leader, lead that conversation, have that talk, and then decide, put it in action. If it doesn't work, rinse and repeat, ADD. Really what you're doing is you're turning your team into your own private mastermind. This is really, really important. Let them help you get through this. The other thing you're going to need to do is up your marketing game. It's going to be activity, activity, activity. You can do Facebook Live. You can do virtual parties. You can do all sorts of things. But again, sitting around, sitting on your hands is not going to get it done. You're going to need more marketing activity. In our Platinum Mastermind group, we just had a conversation. Somebody is going to do phone pickup. So they call, they just drive up. Jessica, our Platinum Mastermind group member, her team is going to go and put it in the trunk. So no one's going to spread germs. Everybody's going to get what they want to get. You could do delivery. You can do all sorts of things. Here's the thing, be creative. You got this. Here's the thing, we're entrepreneurs. We figure shit out. Figure it out. Do it. Think about it this way. Who are you competing against in this time? You're competing against Amazon. You're competing against boredom. You're competing against, the big box stores that are trying to find new innovative ways to get people to shop. And those big businesses are freighters, ocean-going freighters. They do not have nimbleness. They do have some competitive advantage. They do have size. They have locked up supply chains. They do have cash. But what they don't have is they don't have the ability to really, really change on the dime. If your big competitors are freighters, you are a dinghy. You can change directions on a dime. If need be, you can put your dinghy up on shore, but you're nimble. You get an idea, you can put it in place right away. If it doesn't work, no problem. You got another idea coming right behind it. This is what smart people do in times of crisis. They get proactive. The final thing that I want to say to you is I have been through 3 recessions. My business has almost gone broke twice. I have experienced a lot of stress in my retail life. And here's what I know, that the only way to respond to stress is with action. If you sit in your store and hope that someone will come in, people will never come in. But if you go out there and make it happen, if you try things, if you work at it, if you do it, if you're innovative and creative and positive, it makes you feel good. It gets things done for you. So please don't stand there and let the circumstances swallow you up. Take control of your destiny. This isn't an easy time. I get that. But here's what else I know. Easy times allow anybody to be good, allow anybody to be successful. It's the hard times that harden you, that make you better, that turn you into the retail pro that you are, that you can be if you're not yet. So that's just my final word of encouragement to you. Just recognize that this will pass. Be good. Try hard. Be creative. Do things to move yourself forward. And when it's all over, you'll be good. I'm Bob Negen from WhizBang Retail Training. If you would like more updates on information about how we're all dealing with this situation, if you want, we're going to do regular Facebook Lives where we're sharing ideas and things like that. I would encourage you to go to WhizBangTraining.com, sign up for our free tip of the week, or go to our Facebook community, WhizBang Retailers. Join there. We are all in this together. At WhizBang Retail Training, we come in here every day and ask, how can we serve you? Particularly in these uncertain times, we are working hard to serve you. Please allow us to do that for you.